Public and community relations. Communicating with people is how assistant principals spend much of their time. Assistant principals work directly with parents and students in student activities. The assistant principal has to project positive image of the school and bring forth a message with value and organizational culture. Developing communication, listening, and nonverbal skills are key areas for the assistant principal. Positive speaking assistant principals have the ability to form relationships with the community and thereby shape public opinions and bring forth a message of importance of academic achievement in the classroom. The challenges assistant principals face revolve around the lack of detailed training in ethnic diversity, civic rights laws, and school supervision continue to be uphill battle. School districts across the state have overcome a shortage of school administrators by promoting in-house leadership initiatives for aspiring school administrators. In-house leadership initiatives. Identifying potential assistant principals from within the ranks of teachers has become the trademark for some school districts due to the rising shortage of qualified school administrators. Teachers, leaders are being groomed as the next generation of school leaders. The in-house leadership initiatives have become a reliable option to address the school administrator shortage across the nationwide. School districts have also initiated programs assigning aspiring administrators as apprentices. These apprentices work directly with the current school building principal who mentor and guide them as they continue to pursue their administrative degrees. In-house leadership initiatives have kept school districts manned with experienced school administrators who are already members of the school district. The school building principal set assistant principals' work schedules, thereby leaving assistant principals with little time to take advantage of professional development opportunities. The limited amount of time leaves no time for the assistant principal to reflect on school activities or collaborate to problem solve with staff members during the workday has left the assistant principal with a growing number of challenges on their jobs. The challenges facing assistant principals. The job of assistant principal is fast-paced and stressful, ever-changing and diverse, yet existing and challenging federal mandates, school board policies, and work overload constrains most assistant principals. The assistant principals must instill the school operates in a safe and orderly environment. The assistant principal is often ignored and sometimes relayed by the assistant principal must continue to stay positive and motivated. Educators accept the assistant principal as completely necessary but often undesirable as a career move. Trying to satisfy the needs of frustrated stakeholders can take a mental toll on the assistant principal. The direction of mandated accountability has only increased the mental stress on assistant principals. Accountability directed federal mandates. No Child Left Behind dictated the improved responsibility for academic performance directly on the school building principal. This trend has also helped of the assistant principal to assist in shouldering the burden. School leaders' success today is measured ultimately on accountability standards. Federally mandated pressures and multiple leadership and management tasks obviously increases the focus on high-stakes standardized testing are contributing to the growth and unpredictability in school leadership. Accountability directed by federal mandates introduced the notion that high-stakes accountability not only rests with the school building principal, but also with the assistant principal. Being second in command has left the assistant principal with provocations about the difficulties of intermediary management level decisions. The difficulty of intermediary management. The assistant principal is often detached from the curriculum and instruction leadership, thereby making their role seem as uninteresting at the lowest part of the school administrative professional hierarchy. Assistant principals believe that the central office leadership, to include the superintendent, have extremely limited concern for understanding the role and position of the assistant principal. The assistant principal, as an intermediary manager, often experience deep frustration due to strenuous demands on the job. Role conflict and overload from the job are not uncommon for assistant principals to report because of the time, energy, and emotional drain from their personal lives. The dissatisfaction an assistant principal feels with present realism and a lack of appreciation should be addressed and rectified as the nation grapples with the diminishing number of school administrators and their preparation for principalship. Preparing for the principalship. A limited amount of practicing assistant principals have a desire to stay in assistant principal position for the duration of their career. The advancement of their career and ultimately climbing the career ladder of the school administrator is the largest motivating factor for an assistant principal. Assistant principal desire vigorous guidance, a fluent support organization, and specialized training to assist them in their development to become an engaged curriculum and instructional leader. Preparing assistant principals for principalship demands that the assistant principal be required to lead in the era of increasing national diversity as well as prepare to become a principal. The theoretical framework of this study will look closely at the role race plays in our educational system. The conceptual framework of this study is based on Derek Bell's critical race theory. Critical race theory is used in education, civics, equal rights, ethnic diversity, and American studies. The critical race theory recognizes that white privilege and white supremacy quality that sustains the minimization of minorities. The critical race theory draws from a naturalistic inquiry that engages a study subject in its natural state. Descriptive designs are electric and is a combination of sample analysis, collection of data, and representational techniques. I will combine the basic elements of qualitative descriptive study through the lens of the critical race theory, highlighting interracialized practices in Waynesville School District, as well as expose shortfalls that may exist in the training and preparation of assistant principals aspiring to become school building principals. Well-respected scholars have contributed greatly to the field of education from a critical race theory perspective. The research they conducted will be on the basis of this framework.